For over 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid of Giza has stood as one of the most extraordinary achievements of human civilization. Towering above the desert sands, it is not just a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, but a monumental testament to human ingenuity, ambition, and determination. Imagine a world without cranes, trucks, or modern machinery. Yet thousands of laborers, craftsmen, and overseers work together to cut, transport, and assemble millions of massive limestone and granite blocks, each weighing several tons, with remarkable precision and skill. The pyramid's base aligns perfectly with the cardinal points, and its geometry reflects advanced knowledge of mathematics and astronomy, demonstrating that the builders understood the stars and their significance. Over decades, these workers used sledges, ramps, levers, and sheer manpower to bring this colossal structure to life, coordinating their efforts under the guidance of experienced overseers. Every stone was measured, placed, and checked. The Great Pyramid was not only a feat of engineering, but also a symbol of religious devotion. The Egyptians believed it connected the earth to the heavens, serving as a stairway for the pharaoh's soul to ascend to the afterlife. Today, it continues to inspire awe, inviting visitors and scholars to marvel at its scale, precision, and timeless beauty. Before a single stone was moved, the ancient Egyptians had to carefully plan and survey the land. Surveyors were the first to arrive at the construction site, tasked with ensuring that the pyramid would rise perfectly aligned with the cardinal points and the stars. Using simple yet ingenious tools like the merket, a wooden sighting instrument with a plumb line, they measured angles and oriented the base precisely. By observing the night sky, they could align the pyramid with specific stars, reflecting their deep understanding of astronomy. During the day, workers used plumb bobs and cubit rods to mark exact positions on the ground. Each line and corner was checked repeatedly to guarantee accuracy, ensuring that the massive structure would remain geometrically perfect as it rose layer by layer. Before a single stone was moved, the ancient Egyptians had to carefully plan and survey the land. Surveyors were the first to arrive at the construction site, tasked with ensuring that the pyramid would rise perfectly aligned with the cardinal points and the stars. Using simple yet ingenious tools like the merket, a wooden sighting instrument with a plumb line, with the stones quarried, the next challenge was transporting them to the construction site. For nearby limestone, workers used sledges, dragging the massive blocks across the sand. To reduce friction, they often poured water on the sand, creating a lubricated path that made it easier to move these enormous stones. Each stone's journey required careful planning, teamwork, and precise timing, ensuring that blocks were moved efficiently without damage. The logistics of transporting stones were as impressive as the construction itself. Teams of hundreds, sometimes thousands, synchronized their efforts, moving massive stones over long distances under the harsh desert sun. To lift the massive stones to the heights of the pyramid, the ancient Egyptians built ingenious ramp systems. These ramps, constructed from mud brick, limestone chippings, and sand, allowed workers to haul heavy blocks upward layer by layer. Some ramps ran straight up the side of the pyramid, while others zigzagged or spiraled around the structure. Depending on the methods used, teams of workers pulled sledges carrying enormous stones along these ramps. Granite blocks, quarried from Aswan, were transported and positioned with incredible precision to form the walls and ceilings of these chambers. Workers used levers, sledges, and ramps to maneuver the heavy stones into place. Every placement deliberate. Mistakes could jeopardize the structural integrity of the chambers, so overseers and master builders meticulously checked each stone before it was set. The inner chambers reflect not just architectural skill, but also the Egyptians' deep spiritual beliefs, merging function, engineering, and ritual. As the pyramid neared completion, the focus shifted to the finishing touches, particularly the smooth outer casing stones that gave the structure its iconic gleaming appearance. These fine limestone blocks were carefully cut and polished to fit perfectly over the rougher core blocks, creating a uniform, reflective surface that shimmered under the Egyptian sun. Workers had to transport and position each casing stone with extreme precision, ensuring perfect alignment along the pyramid sides. Teams used ropes, levers, and scaffolding to maneuver the stones into place, checking every angle and corner repeatedly. These finishing touches reflected the Egyptians' attention to detail, artistry, and understanding of geometry. Every stone placement required careful planning and skilled craftsmanship, culminating in a monument that was both functional and aesthetically stunning. The gleaming pyramid we see today may have lost much of its original casing. The final step in constructing the Great Pyramid was placing the capstone, or pyramidion, at its apex. This last block symbolized the completion of decades of labor, planning, and ingenuity. Often covered in gold or electrum, the capstone gleamed in the sunlight, crowning the pyramid with a radiant point visible from miles across the desert. Positioning the capstone was an extraordinary feat. Workers used ramps, levers, and coordinated teams to lift the stone to the very top. Once the Great Pyramid was complete, it became the center of sacred ceremonies and dedications. Priests performed rituals to honor the pharaoh, invoking the gods and blessing the monument that would serve as his eternal resting place. Offerings of food, incense, and symbolic objects were presented to ensure the pharaoh's soul could ascend to the afterlife and join the divine. Workers and overseers, who had labored for decades, also participated in these ceremonies, witnessing the culmination of their immense efforts. The rituals highlighted the spiritual significance of the pyramid, transforming it from a mere architectural marvel into a sacred link between the earth and the heavens. The alignment with stars and celestial bodies. The story of the Great Pyramid of Giza is more than a tale of stone and labor. It is a testament to human vision, ingenuity, and perseverance. From the first careful surveys and precise measurements to the quarrying, transporting, and placing of millions of massive stones, every step required skill, coordination, and determination. The inner chambers, secret passageways, gleaming casing stones, and radiant capstone all reflect a civilization's mastery of engineering, mathematics, and astronomy. The pyramid was a sacred monument, linking the pharaoh to the divine and embodying the Egyptians' spiritual beliefs. Centuries of religious ceremonies, dedications, and ongoing reverence solidified its place not only in the landscape but in human history. For millennia, the pyramid has inspired awe, curiosity, and admiration, captivating travelers, scholars, and dreamers alike. Today, the Great Pyramid stands as a timeless symbol of what humans can achieve when creativity, collaboration, and determination converge. It reminds us that even without modern technology, extraordinary feats are possible. Its enduring presence challenges us to imagine, to build, and to leave a legacy that transcends time. The pyramid is not merely stone. It is the story of humanity's aspiration to reach the heavens, an eternal monument to our capacity for greatness.